So guys, welcome back to another episode of the Journey podcast. Today we are joined by you know when you're growing up now, and you had this one guy in your neighborhood now that was like probably like 23, 24 years old, and he's like, nah, if I didn't break my knees, I would have been a footballer. Do you know what I mean? So we actually got that guy today who actually broke. I mean, break is not the right word for your knee, but you guys know what I mean. And his name is Zubair Taylor, bro. How are you? Again, I ask again.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's good to be here. Finally on a South African radio show. You know, my first time was in America, so I'm glad to be here. To be honest.
Crazy, bro. I'm guessing. I didn't know you're that viral. What radio station do you go to in the States?
It wasn't actually a radio station. It was more of a news channel. So I was on Fox News 10. Fox
viral.
10 News. Yeah, one of the two. So yeah, it was for one of the clubs overseas in America, AFC Mobile. So yeah.
So guys, we know we got Mr. International over here, man from America. Where else have you been in the world though?
Dubai. My family relocated to Dubai in 2015. That was my first time going overseas.
Yeah.
Thailand. That was a holiday with my family. So yeah.
That's crazy. I've only been to Congo and South Africa. I can't lie to you guys. I need to get your passport, bro. But listen, bro. All jokes aside, you're obviously a footballer, and now you are a DJ, social media guy, club guy. You're doing it all. But I want to know, like, from the beginning, bro. How did you fall in love with football? We're gonna get to going overseas. We're gonna get to having the injury, not being able to play anymore. And I just want to know your journey from the beginning, bro. How did you fall in love with football?
So originally, I am from Maitland, but I grew up in Mitchell's Plain and Salt River.
Yeah.
So during the week, I would be in Mitchell's Plain. On the weekends, I would be in Salt River because my parents used to work. So they would send me over to my grandmother in Mitchell's Plain. Then my grandfather was the one who actually introduced me to football. He was the one watching Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates. So from there, he just taught me football. Everything was just football. There was no other sport. There was nothing else but football.
But how old are you, by the way?
At that point, to be honest, I was like 2 or 3.
But I mean, like now, so I can understand like the time span in which he was like showing you the football, so I can understand like what type of football is being played that time. Like, how old are you right now?
So I'm 26, turning 27 this year, but I started playing at the age of 4.
You were playing from young.
Yeah,
bro.
so it was crazy because at the age of 4, it's actually 4 turning 5, but I played under 9 for 4 years. Because at that time there was no under 7 or.
So you were balling like that. You could play with the big boys.
Not really. Like, I was one of those kids where the coach would just throw me in the last 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Just to get the experience, yeah.
But then once I got to like age 6, 7, like I became a regular, I would say. Yeah.
In the under 9s.
And then when I got to age, like when I was 8, 9 years old, they would let me skip a year all the time. So I would play my age, but then I would also have to play under 11. Sometimes I would have to play under 13 as well. So
what club was this though?
Saxon Rovers, by the way. That's where I started.
Down the road in Maitland Road, in Royal Road, no? Yeah. Nice. Crazy, bro. So how long did you spend at Saxon Rovers?
So from the age of, I would say 5 until 15, so 10 years. And then I was scouted by Vasco to go to the Manchester United Premier Cup in Johannesburg. Yeah. That was my first time actually out of Cape Town, like within South Africa. And then I spent some time at Vasco, played over there, moved back to Saxons because things didn't work out.
Why not good enough for Vasco? You just want one like that.
You see, it's still the same now. The structure within South African football is messed up. So
politics,
is
footballers. If you guys know footballers, footballers always talk about politics. Like you go there, then the guy whose father's the coach plays and you don't play. You know them ones there.
Bro, that was exactly the situation. Yeah, but I won't mention names.
You don't have to mention them. Like, what is the situation? Like, how was it though?
So, to be honest, when we came back, a few of us were invited to go train with the PSL just for experience.
Because Vasco was PSL at the time.
And we were 15 years old. So for me, it was just about experience, you know. I was initially one of the 5.
That was supposed to go, yeah.
That was supposed to go. Then, when we got back to Cape Town, there was a whole new 5. And the coach's son was part of that 5. You know what I mean? So then I was like, nah, like, I'm not going to waste my time here. So I left. So I went back to Saxons. And then one of my coaches, Roscoe Kreeling, shout out to Roscoe. He's at Supersport United right now, PSL. He invited me to trial with the Safa team. So at that point, it's like the best of the under 15s and 17s.
In the country?
No, in Cape Town.
In Cape Town, okay.
Keep in mind, I'm at Saxons. Yeah. So I'm playing in the Premier League. I'm the only one from the Premier League. Everyone else is from Ajax or Mutual.
That's
So
that's Super League, no?
Yeah, that's Super League.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I felt way out, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, bro, like, I might not make it because, I mean, look at the names I'm up against.
Yeah.
Bro, it must be God or someone, but I made it. Like,
You made a summer team.
And I'm sitting there, like, at that point, we didn't even have tracksuits at Saxons because we were still waiting. Everyone else is coming in their tracksuits and stuff. Yeah, I come looking like service day, you know what I mean?
It's service day at school, yeah.
So, yeah, then Roscoe organized, you know, tracksuit for me for the games and stuff. And yeah, that's like kind of, I think, when my football kind of went up from there.
Well, so from making it to the Sava team, that obviously takes you to a pool where you can get selected for the national team, no?
Not necessarily, but kind of, because then obviously from there we play regional games within Cape Town, and then from there we go over to like playing against Gauteng and stuff. But we didn't get to that point for some reason.
But the Gauteng Dogs they are
tough.
playing.
The Gauteng Dogs are tough. I mean, that's where you get your Kaizer Chiefs, your Pirates.
Ah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it would definitely be tough.
But do you think like football in Cape Town is sort of like stagnated because of favoritism and politics, such as like my dad is the coach, so I'm gonna play and you're not gonna play?
I think that's all over the country, to be honest. I mean, you look at Royal AM.
Oh, that's a sketchy situation. So guys, Royal AM has let me just explain it to them, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know the full story. But Royal AM basically has the owner of the club puts himself in the games.
So not the PSL team, but the reserve team.
The reserve team.
And he's a captain.
But that guy looks a bit over like he doesn't have the right body, the normal body type for a footballer. You know, the only footballers are like in shape, but that brother doesn't look in shape at all. But he's the owner of the club and he has the money, so he puts himself like in the games and he's just
90 minutes, bro.
He plays 90 minutes. He doesn't even take himself off,
bro. If they take him off, the coach is like, he argues with the coach.
It's his club.
There was literally a video on Twitter, I think, where after the game, like, they're shaking hands. Next thing I see, this man is like confronting the coach because they took him off. So after that, I watched the game recently. I'm not sure who it was against. I think it was against Kaizer Chiefs. I watched the Dusky game. That man played 90 minutes, bro.
That's crazy.
As soon as the game started.
How old is he though?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Is he older than me? I'm 22.
He must be like early 20s.
Early 20s. Like, yo, imagine you're early 20s, you're the owner of the club, and he can put himself in the first team if you'd like, no?
Not necessarily now, because then it becomes like too much, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
because then obviously the money of the club and he's influencing all of that, and the players are gonna get angry as well.
Exactly.
But he probably could if he wanted to.
If he wanted to, I mean, yeah, but he's, bro, never.
Never. You don't think he's quality?
Not even for Dusky. Like, I watched the game properly. Like, I actually watched it just for him.
Just for him to see
like what's happening. And I was like, no ways, man. Like, come on now. Like, if we really want to take our football seriously, why are we allowing this?
We can't allow stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
Do you think you're a better player than him?
Okay, not now that I'm injured now. Because even I played a game now Monday now for Saxon's third team.
Yeah.
Bro, I was lost. Like, I could feel like, nah, I'm like gone. You know what I mean?
Are you sort of like the fitness levels or what?
That, yes, and my injury obviously plays a big role because it's my dominant foot.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's never going to go away. It's always going to be there. You know what I mean?
Okay, interesting enough, bro. So I want to get now to your journey now. You left Vasco, went back to Saxons. Like, what happens then? Do you just keep playing for Saxons? Do you get scouted? What happens then?
So after Vasco, I went back to Saxons for a year. In that year, like I said, I made the Safa team. From there, the late Mr. Byrne, my soul rest in peace, and Roscoe scouted me to come to Hellenic. I then made it at Hellenic. Played there for 2-3 years. At that time, they just had, under 17 and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
they were balling that time though.
Eventually, they bought a Castle League franchise. Was promoted to that team as well, but I struggled to break in the team because I won't lie to you, at that point we had big names. We had players coming from the Vodacom League, NFD,
coming to play in the Castle League. So guys, Castle League is like, I would say fourth division in the entire country, but obviously it's separated by regions. Yeah. So you were struggling to break into that
team, but I had a lot of support. Like, it was crazy because like parents that like from other players would obviously just tell me, keep working hard. But I still struggled to break in, and then Bale came, made the Bale team with Hellenic. The next year, politics comes back into this.
But you just keeping past Bale. Did you perform at the Bale though?
Not necessarily. I was put all over. Like, I played 10. I played in the midfield. Like, at that point, I felt like I was too versatile. You know what I mean? So like, if one gets injured in the midfield,
then you there.
If one gets in the 10, then it's like, okay, put him there.
I get you.
So like, it kind of messed me up a bit, but the experience helped a lot because I'm learning from coaches that are now coaching the PSL. You know what I mean?
Crazy. For you guys that don't know, sorry to break your word, the Bale is basically like the biggest under 19 tournament in Cape Town. I'll probably say like in South Africa we'll be pushing it or not.
Nah, definitely the biggest because from there, like, I mean, you get scouts from everywhere coming to watch you. Even America. That's how some of the players got over to America as well. I know Nazim Bartman. He got scouted at the Bale to go over to America.
Is that, what's it called? It's a brother?
Thabit's, I think it's his cousin. I know their family for sure, but I think it's his cousin.
Okay, then you are now, the politics came back, you said?
Politics came back in. And then, look, I'm not one to really argue. I'll rather be like, look here, let's settle this thing now. Just give my papers and I'll leave.
And you leave, yeah.
Then eventually...
But what type of politics was it this time?
Same thing, players. But it's not like players and forwards. It's just players, like who they chose. You know what I mean? So, like, you can tell, look here, like, bro, I deserve to be in this team.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not playing or starting, but I deserve to be here.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, nah, chill. Like, I'm not going to stress. Take my papers, I leave. I go back to Vasco. At the point, I'm still waiting for my papers at the Linux, so I would have to go train at the Linux still. Just to make sure that, you know, I can still get my papers.
Yeah.
And then some days go to Vasco. Eventually got my papers, went back to Vasco for the Bale. Played there. We did really well.
So you played Bale twice?
Yeah, I was matric and I was 17 and 18.
Yo, that's new level, bro.
Yeah, I think 18 and 19, I'm not sure. But yeah. Played at Vasco, and then for some reason, like, things just didn't work out at Vasco. So I was like, nah. And then I went back to Saxons just to like play on. And then, no, I'm lying. I was scouted by 2 Oceans Academy to go play in the Castle League again.
Yeah, they were bowling at that time also.
Yeah, and we actually had a really good team. Then 2015 came, and my father got offered a job in Dubai. That's where things kind of got twisted because now it's like I kind of have to choose between staying here and going overseas. That took like months for me to decide, like, do I want to stay here, do I want to go? So they went, like my father, my mother, my brother left. So then I decided, okay, to keep myself here, I said, okay, I'm going to go study.
Yeah.
So I went to Northlink, just so I can stay here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Went to Northlink, graduated.
What one? Panorama. What did you study?
Sports coaching. But it was like a certificate thing.
Yeah, I get you.
And then I told my father, okay, nah, it's fine. I'm going to come overseas. So then I went to Dubai, lived there for like 6 months. I tried.
I was life in Dubai.
Yo, but it's
different.
Soft life.
Soft life. Yeah,
like,
properly.
There's nothing to worry about. Like, you can walk whatever time you want to in the street. You can do whatever time you want. Like, you can do whatever you want, man. It's like one of those countries. The only thing there is, like, they're really strict. So, like, if you litter, there's a sign that says you get charged, like, let's say 5,000 rand if you litter.
Bruh.
Like, you can eat a sweet.
And it's 5,000 rand.
5K.
But who's going to know it's you, though? Is the people, like, watching? Or the people report you?
If they catch you, they catch you. It's one of those things, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, Dubai is that country. So, I mean, it was nice. Then I got a message from one of my old coaches at Hellenic, David Seiss.
Yeah.
Who messaged me about the opportunity to go to America to study and play. So I was like, okay. Thought about it for like 2 weeks online, and I told my father, look here, I'm gonna go, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing nothing here in Dubai. Like,
yeah,
I'm living, but like I'm not like I'm wasting time or something.
Yeah, I get you.
Said, okay. Keep in mind, sorry, I have to track back. I almost failed matric now.
Yo.
Like,
how much?
Like I passed by 3%, bro.
Yo, crazy.
At that point.
What subjects did you take though? Sorry to break your word again.
Yo, so I was actually forced to do pure maths now.
Me too. I done pure maths, but I got like 49%, guys. I was like not that bad, but not that good as well though. But pure maths, you're fighting for your life.
Like at that, what was the pass rate? 30.
30, yeah. No, that time I was still 40, I think.
Then
I know, 2015.
I got 3 over whatever it was because I remember at the time I was still at the Hellenic. So for me it was like just football. I didn't care about school.
Yeah.
So my mind was just football. So keep in mind I almost failed matric. Fast track to America now. I was thinking, yo. Eventually it got back to me like, yo, I have to go to America and study, bruh.
Yeah, you can't just go play.
And there the pass rate is 17.
Yeah.
So there's no joking around. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Eventually I went over. My father decided, okay, he's gonna send me. I went over. My first year I struggled a lot because, you know, adaptation, the environment, everything is just tough. Like the weather. Homesick and all that stuff. But I actually adapt very quickly to the environment.
Yeah.
But the system is just the most tough thing to like adapt to. But then eventually I got the hang of things. I broke into the team eventually. School, kind of like, I caught up with school a bit as well. So my grades were obviously getting better. And then my first, I was like, okay, wait, I need to transfer because like being here is not really for me. Even though I was in California.
Yeah.
So that was my first move.
But why did you feel like it wasn't for you? Like not being in California?
I feel like the weather played a big role, man. Like there's, bro, it's hot. You know what I mean? I'm a winter person, so I needed somewhere where it's also gonna be like cold. You know what I mean?
It's gonna balance each other out.
Luckily, I had a friend, Andrew Roder, he's also from Cape Town. He also came to America. He was in Tennessee, in Bristol. Now they had snows. So I was like, okay, maybe I can, handle that.
Yeah.
But I went there. I spent my 3 years there, studied sports management. Actually, I did kinesiology first. Then I was like, bio. It's not for me. I failed bio. That's how Omar felt in trick. I failed bio.
So you couldn't fail another subject, yeah.
So I was like, I can't do bio in America. So then I changed to sports management. Then I was like, okay, I know what I want to do. I did really well, but I'm talking about like 80s, 90s only. It was a shock to me because I was like, since when? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even my parents were like, hey, congrats, but
what's going on?
What's going on? And then eventually, obviously played football there, did really well. Signed with a semi-pro team that side as well in my 3rd and 4th year.
Were you getting paid?
So we get like
stipends.
Yeah, so we get like free accommodation, free transportation. We live with the host family, so food is free.
Yeah.
And our host family was balling.
Yeah, they got money.
Bro, the food is nice, bro. That's all you need to worry about, because you must think like, as a footballer and you're living in a country like that, all you need is to live healthy and enjoy life. But I mean, some supporters would throw money at us, so they would obviously allow us to enjoy ourselves and live free, but also make sure that when it comes to game time,
you're performing.
We're killing it. And then some of the stuff like awards and stuff, like I made the league best 11 my first year playing there, and then the second year I was signed again by the same team, and then I went back to college, and I think this is where the issue started with my foot. I played my last year in college, and then I won't lie to you, the last 3 games I was diagnosed with arthritis just before the last 3rd game. My boots couldn't fit half time, so they thought I broke my foot, but it was weird because I could still jog. So okay, play on and we'll see. So I had to cut like a part of my boot open, take my laces out and tape it so that my boots could stretch a bit.
Yeah.
After the game, go to the physio. She's just feeling my foot and you just hear cracking sounds. So they really thought hey, something's broken. Sent me for scans and all that, and then eventually I found out I was diagnosed with arthritis in my right foot, which is my dominant foot, which is why now it's hard for me to really play, because I play with fear, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So obviously someone stepping on your foot, it's gonna cause a lot of pain. But how do you what causes arthritis though?
I think it's just genetics, because I know my mother had it and I think my grandmother had it.
And it can't be cured now.
I don't think so, bro.
Oh, guys, don't laugh at me. I'm genuinely trying to know. I don't know.
I don't think arthritis can be cured. You can maybe treat it, but it's hard, bro.
It's hard, bro. So obviously playing again, you run the risk of someone stepping on your foot. And
bro, even passing a ball is tough. Passing a ball. So imagine that's one of the most basic things in football. So then I told myself, last it. And then,
well, what year was this though?
What year are we now? 2023, no?
23. Yeah.
This was the end of 2021.
When you were diagnosed with arthritis.
And then I still tried to play because I went back to America. Remember, I came back to Cape Town.
Yeah, bail time, I think, no? No.
It was 2022, January I came back.
Yeah.
Spent, because I had to renew my visa. Then I signed with a new team, Arkansas Wolves. A South African coach from that side, Coach Shabza. He was the one speaking to me. He wanted me 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I already signed with AFC Mobile. So I went back thinking, okay, maybe I can still play. This was before I knew arthritis was bad. Played 3 games, bro. Sat out for the rest of the season. Then I started working. Told myself, nah, look, you're last. I'm gonna go back home rather.
Yeah.
That's when all the stuff started with DJing and MCing and stuff.
We're gonna get to that. So How was that feeling, bro? Like, imagine like knowing you can ball, and then someone tells you can't ball anymore because like you're forced to stop playing football. Like, well, you're probably devastated because all you've known since you were like 4. So you played for like how many years?
22, 23 almost.
Sure. So, what is the feeling like, bro? Did you cry?
Nah, like I didn't cry to be honest, but like I was just disappointed because I was like, yo, like, are you really telling me this? Like, I used to joke, and it's funny because okay, not joke, but like those players that say, oh, if I didn't get injured, I've gone pro.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I literally had the opportunity to go pro.
Mm.
My last year, 2021, I was actually talking to an agent from the UK who was gonna send me to Portugal 3rd division team.
Yeah.
Like 3 teams. The one coach wanted us. It was me and another guy, Ewan Stevens, who was speaking to this coach. The one coach,
Stevens.
Ewan Stevens. He's now in Miami. He's also from Cape Town.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen his name on social media.
I probably have seen his name around here.
Yeah, so he's now in Miami. We were speaking to the same guy, and then they were gonna send us to the same team. That's when I found out arthritis. I was like, look, yeah, I'm not gonna waste the time, and I'm not gonna waste my own time.
Yeah.
So look, I'd rather cancel it. I can't go and whatever. That's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna come home. With Ewan, he didn't graduate yet. So for him leaving America and not have graduated, it's kind of a, you know what I mean? Because now you go overseas, you try, you don't make it, your degree is in jeopardy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like 3-4 years wasted, bro.
Yeah.
So I told him actually also like, bro, rather just stay in America, graduate, see what you can do there, and then if nothing happens, take
try
it from
again.
there.
Yeah, try again.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. So coming back to the States now, obviously you now like sitting with the problem of you can't make it anymore, and you had dreams of going pro, of course. I'm sure everyone had dreams of going pro, playing in the big leagues. And now you come to Cape Town, now you sort of have to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And your degrees and stuff can't work, or it's not what you wanted to do really.
So I spoke to my friend's mother. She told me that, so our degree is like combined. So a bachelor's and an honors combined.
Yeah.
Because in America, we go straight from bachelor's, honors to master's.
Yeah.
So I actually got a scholarship to do my master's, but then I was like, but I can't do education again.
Yeah.
Like school is just not for me, man. And I'm injured, so like I can't play. So just that, being there and not being able to play, now I must watch other people play.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, go on, this is depressing, bro. Like I wasn't depressed, but like it would be depressing just doing that.
Yeah.
Decided, nah, I'm gonna come home. And then yeah, I won't lie to you, like I booked my flight 3 days before I came home. I told my father, like, cause I was working.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm coming home.
You
booked my flight.
You got the job.
Yeah, just because it was coming to the end of my job anyway, and my visa was coming to an end anyway. So I told my father, look here, I have the money. I told my father and my mother, sorry, I have the money. I'm gonna book my flight. So I just booked it, flew like 2 days later.
So is your parents still in Dubai?
Nah, they moved back in 2020. But my father's in Joburg. He's working at the office in Joburg now.
Okay, but
so
your
it's
mom's
just
here.
me, my mother, and my brother. Yeah.
I see. So like, what you obviously well known now as an MC, DJ, a lot of things. Like, what made you gravitate towards that?
COVID. So during the period of COVID, our season got cut off. Obviously, because lockdown and all these things. And in America, it was like strict. You know what I mean? So me and my friends would just be in the house chilling, playing games and all that stuff. I was like, nah, wait, I can't do the same thing every day. Eventually, I used to see people posting TikToks.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I can do this, man. And then, obviously, dancing came into it first.
Yeah.
So it was never MCing or DJing, whatever. It was just dancing. Then my TikTok grew a bit. And then, just before I came home, that's where, like, I took a big jump.
Yeah. I noticed you at that time, yeah.
I took a big jump because I went from, like, a few viewers to, like... It was almost like, like Java's situation where you went from, like, I think they said 2K to, like, 70. Okay, I didn't get to 70.
Yeah.
But I went from, like, 2K to, like, 10.
Quick.
In, like, less than a year. And for me, it was like, hey, like, maybe I can do this. But I don't know, man. I try not to take it so serious anymore because I want to definitely focus on, like, the MCing thing, which I also just started now. And to be honest, I didn't know I could MC, bro. Until I started, like, my first gig was at one of Leonard's events, Leonard's Powers.
Yeah.
One of the Crew Champions League or something. He just said, bro, just come like see what you can do, and then if you like it, you can continue.
Yeah.
Kill the first event, and then I was like, okay, nah, I can do this. And then, yeah, I got like quite a big following from there also. And then I just grew, and I got more gigs, and eventually, yeah, things have been growing from there.
Did you go to Rans? I saw you.
Yeah, I MC'd at Rans twice already. It wasn't a booked gig though. It was just like a
Spontaneous thing.
Because their MC also recognized me from social media.
Yeah.
And then he was like, bro, you take the mic. And then that day, the first time, it was Fellow T that was there on a Monday.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, now I'm nervous because there's a big dog here and I must MC. Killed it. And then my second time was, I'm not sure if you know Gas. He's a vocalist for Umshai and Taylor.
I do not know South African music.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro.
Anyway, he had an event, like a big event. And then me knowing myself, I was like, bro, I can kill this. So I asked one of them, bro, can I MC real quick? Just jumped on for like, only like 2 minutes. Said a few things. And then I was like, hey, the crowd's reaction was like, okay, nah.
I can do this.
Yeah. So then from there, I was like, okay, now I'm going to keep going.
Crazy, bro. So like, how far do you want to take this thing though? Like, what's your ideal day of being like an MC? Like I don't know how to say this to you. Like, how do you, what's your final goal with this?
But I would just to express myself in every way because I can't do it on the field. And I always thought of myself as an entertainer, whether I was on the field or off the field.
Yeah.
So on the field is like, you know, when you play, like here we call it crapping.
Yeah.
Even in America, I used to crap. Like it was just a thing. Now that I can't do that, I'm like, what's next? You know what I mean? So now it's like entertaining off the field. So I think this is like something that's for me. And I think overseas is obviously the goal, like to have gigs overseas and be a regular, you know, one of those.
Yeah.
And being able to MC for big DJs like, you know, your Kabzas, Mapurisa, all these type, you know, Fellowlity. I had a few gigs where I was booked at with like some big names like the late Costa Titch, Galvin Momo. Like I said, Fellowlity. So
yeah,
those experiences is like, okay, nah, this is dope. Like I want to keep on doing this. You know what I mean?
Well, that's crazy, bro. Well, guys, this has been another episode of The Journey. As you guys can see, we're progressing every week. First week, I just had sound and no visuals. Second week, it was visuals, but just me. And third week, it's me and somebody else. So maybe next week, we have like 5 people here, bro. So, guys, where can people find you, bro?
Social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I have different handles. So, yeah, just search Subair Taylor. So, I'm sure you'll find me.
Anyway, guys, keep watching the podcast. Hopefully I actually operate this thing and actually win this thing. Shout out to Hot FM. Love.